Hey guys, I just really quickly wanted to hop on here and talk a little bit about my transformation because I get a lot of messages on here and on Instagram asking what sort of workouts I was doing, what my split was, how often I was training, the intensity, changed my physique from what it was way back when to what it is now today. So I'm just going to really quickly pop the camera over where I can kind of like move back and stand up properly so you can see what my physique is looking like now on camera rather than me just uploading a picture. I know there's a lot of like controversy behind whether people edit their pictures and what's real, what's not. So I'm just going to show you my physique now and then I'm going to drop in what my physique was looking like about 2 years ago. This is what my physique is looking like today. So I just wanted to point out as well, guys, that there is a humongous difference between training days and rest days. So today is a rest day for me. Your body looks completely different. When I've trained my quads, any lower part of my body, same as my upper body, you get a pump. So today, I've not trained at all. So my bum, my glutes, they're not looking quite as like juicy, round, prominent, whatever words you want to use. And the same with my quads, they're not looking quite as like pumped as they would be if I had trained today. So sometimes you've got to bear that in mind, that pictures can be deceiving based on what you've trained that day. It doesn't mean that that isn't real, because it absolutely is. But no, my bum does not look like that 24/7, and neither do my quads. The aim is to make them look like that all the time. So this is my physique it's around about 2 years ago. I can't remember the exact date, but it was when COVID was. And yeah, as you can see, I did have anorexia. I completely starved myself. I lost loads of body fat and loads of body muscle. So here we go again. This is another video from a bit more of a different angle. So my ribs were really prominent. So that's just to give you guys a little bit of an idea of the extent of how much weight I actually lost. So let's talk about the sort of exercise I was doing to build myself back up again. So the workouts I'm going to be talking you through today are primarily going to be my lower part of my body, just because that is the main thing that I was focused on growing when I started out my journey. I now obviously do upper days as well, but I'll probably do another video on that separately. I'm just going to focus on the lower workouts that I do and did in this particular video. So as you can see here, I'm performing the hamstring curl. Now you can do this laying down or you can do it seated. It is entirely up to you. It depends what suits you best. If you're a short girly, if you're a taller girly, you've just got to find what works for you. So I normally do this as individual legs and then do both my legs together just for an extra burn, but you absolutely don't have to do this. Again, I'm just telling you what I did. So next we're working on our quads. So we've got the leg extension. Now again, I do this single leg and I also do the legs together again. As I said, and I can't stress it enough, you absolutely do not have to do what I'm saying I'm doing in this video. I'm just letting you guys know these are the exercises that I did. So next up is the leg press. Again, this is a movement that I highly recommend. It really, really worked for me in terms of seeing growth on my quads. I personally, because of my knee injury, find this easier than squatting. I know that's not the same for everyone. And I do really rate this machine, especially the free loaded plate one. So again, this is definitely high up there with one of the things that I would say definitely help grow my quads the most. Now, if we're talking glute growth, this is absolutely an exercise that you don't want to miss out. I cannot rant and rave about cable kickbacks enough. The glute is such a humongous muscle in your body, and it's got 3 different areas to it, and it is so difficult to hit all those 3 areas when you're training. But the cable kickback machine is just the perfect way to make sure that you are targeting all the 3 different areas of your glutes. So I am going to show you here, but I do straight leg, bent leg, and I do also target the side glute, and I'll show you how you do that in a moment. Basically, you step your foot over the cable, and that way you kick out at a slight angle, with your foot at a slight angle, and you're going to be targeting that side glute there. I know that people find it really difficult to hit that, but this is a perfect exercise for that. So again, talking glute growth, we're talking the topper part of your glutes here with this exercise. So this is called the hyper extension. Now, not all gyms have these, but if they do, I highly recommend. This is going to be hitting the upper part of your glutes if the exercise is performed correctly. I know a lot of people complain that when they do this exercise, they're feeling it more in their lower back. And I'm just going to show you here how you should be performing the exercise. You want to make sure that your chin is tucked under. You've got a slight arch at the top of your back, and you're going down as if you're RDLing and coming back up like a hip thrust. Again, I would highly recommend this exercise to anyone who is trying to get that more of a shelf look with their glutes. This is going to achieve that for you. And last but not least, we've got RDLs. Now, you can do these so that they are glute biased, or you can do them so that they are more hamstring biased. Today we're doing them so that they're more glute biased. So the difference between the two is glute biased, you've got a slight more bend in the knee, and then with hamstring bias, you've got your legs that little bit straighter. I do perform it on a Smith machine. I just find that when I perform it with the Smith machine, I'm getting that little bit more glute activation, but I know lots of people prefer dumbbells, so it is entirely up to the individual how they want to perform this exercise, but it's definitely not an exercise that you want to miss out of your routine. So yeah, I really hope that this has helped. If I can kind of like be insightful in any kind of way to help other people, then that is 110% what I'm wanting. That's the goal here. What works for one doesn't always work for everyone, so that is another thing to bear in mind. But I'm just talking on my personal opinion, what worked for me, what didn't work for me, and what sort of things I would recommend. But I really hope this has helped. Let's learn and grow together.